how about we get just a quick general reaction from everyone, just a couple of sentences, and then we'll get into the full breakdown. Theresa, what were your just sort of first emotional responses to this teaser trailer?
The first thing I thought of was new canon, because, you know, they have the conversation going on and they're continuing that. But the one thing that really struck me is that if you watch the end of the end of the Hunger Games, this trailer attaches right to it. Right. And it's like you just finish watching it today, you know, watch the movie and then watch the trailer, and it's like no time has passed. It's, you know, there's no gaps, there's no catch-up time. It really just leads you right into it. It's just, I think overall it's just emotionally powerful without giving too much away.
Totally agree with you. Crystal, what was your kind of first immediate reaction?
I was just kind of blown away, you know. I mean, my first reaction, I didn't get to see all of it because I was totally lagging. The stream I was watching was really choppy. But what I got to see, you know, it was more than I had expected. I guess because I kind of hadn't really thought about what I was going to be seeing. So it was a nice surprise. Yeah.
Ariel, what about you?
I really loved it. I liked how it really, like, you know that it's a sequel, obviously, but it really took you away from the Hunger Games and the plot. And it really made you see, like, wow, this story is different and topical and, you know, it's going in a different direction.
It's very important to me that this series be recognized by the general public for what it is, which is so much more than just, you know, a teen romance, so much more than just this story about these games. It's like you said, it's so topical and it's so political, and I'm really thrilled that we got to see so much of that in the teaser trailer. Courtney, general first reactions?
It totally exceeded my expectations and seems to be everything that I've wanted for the movie. It's just like that. It was such a well-cut trailer, and it really seemed like if I had not read The Hunger Games, I'd be like, wow, this like looks totally like a movie I would really enjoy. It looks like it's like right up my alley, and I'm just really excited to see it, and I think that we're really lucky to have Francis Lawrence as director and to have him for the rest of the franchise.
I think so, too. I agree. Amanda, how about you?
I loved it. I don't think I really knew what exactly I was expecting, but I was totally blown away, and I was really happy because I think that it does flow really well, and also because I think that they're keeping with the book really well, too, which that was probably what I was happiest about.
I think my answer might be really similar. I was so overwhelmed by how much of course, 2 minutes and 30 seconds is a very long time, or it's a very long length for a teaser trailer. You know, we discussed this last week, but teasers are usually much shorter, so they had a lot of time. But even though they did have 2 minutes and 30 seconds, I was still surprised by how much they were able to cram in there, and I was very, very pleased by everything that I saw. They do seem to be sticking closely to the book. The continuity is totally there. I know a lot of people were concerned about that. It all just kind of looks bigger and better. Natalie, what were your thoughts when you first saw the teaser trailer?
Well, originally, when I saw it last night, I was writing up after the movie awards. I was a little miffed that we didn't get to see any of the arena and, like, Finnick and Joanna and those kind of characters. But that was short-lived because, you know, listening to the audio again, what I was really struck by and I liked about this teaser was that the pace of it, how very continuous it felt. Because I feel like, you know, so many trailers, you hear that complaint that they're so choppy and they jump around and they kind of are throwing at you, like, every good punchline, every twist, and it's just, you're getting like a mini version of the movie, whereas this felt almost like a scene. And I don't know if you guys remember, but like when The Devil Wears Prada came out a couple years back, well, I think like 7 years back now, their trailer is a scene. It's like a 3-minute scene from the movie near the beginning. And I remember that I liked that. It's one of my favorite trailers because it's very like, here's a small moment from the movie that sums it up really well. And I got that same sense in this trailer where, you know, the through line, you know, Peeta gets one line, Gale gets like one or two, Katniss gets a handful, but the through line is Snow and Plutarch. And it almost felt like we were watching a contained scene with a few flashes to other parts of the movie. And so I felt like as the first teaser, that was stronger than anything else could have been.
Wow, incredibly well said, and obviously I agree with you, and I also actually quite like that Devil Wears Prada trailer as well. And I love that movie. I can't believe it's been 7 years. That's a little scary. So I think we've heard from everyone. Did anyone not just share their basic reaction? Oh, Adam, what was your immediate emotional or physical response?
I thought it really just rocked this one out of the park. And I think we all know that I don't know if everyone knows this. It's been a long time ago, but I was one of the few who was not completely enamored with the first teaser. At the last MTV, I guess that was the VMAs back in, going way back, 2011, right? That teaser I thought was a little underwhelming, although I still thought very good. And in retrospect, I think it was actually a great first step in their bigger marketing plan. But this one, I loved. I thought it was completely awesome. I do have one question, though, for the panel before we go into the actual discussion. What did you all think of Liam Hemsworth as the guy introducing it?
I loved him.
I thought it was like he bulked up a ton.
I thought it was like the stage was very impressive, like that giant Mockingjay pin they had behind him actually on fire. I was like, wow.
What's funny about that is I was so overcome during that moment and trying to prepare myself to watch the teaser trailer that I didn't even really notice that giant flaming Mockingjay pin. And then after the show, like I was looking at people's screen caps. Oh, it sounded like a Mockingjay. So I saw people's screen caps of the awards ceremony afterwards, and I was like, oh my God, how did I miss that thing behind Liam Hemsworth? That just shows you how I was completely focused on the impending trailer experience, or teaser trailer experience. I'm getting confused, Adam, and I'm blaming you.
It's definitely my fault. I'm sorry about that.
Kait from Victor's Village has just arrived. Hi, Kait.
Hello.
We spent probably 15 or 20 minutes at the start of the show just talking about everything that happened today in Boston. Since you do live in the Boston area, did you have anything that you wanted to say before we get into our breakdown?
I don't really know. I'm kind of in a funk about the whole thing. Like, I still really can't tell heads from tails in that situation, but there was a pretty scary moment where one of my good friend's sisters could not be found for a couple hours, but they were able to get in touch with her. So it's really rough, but we'll just have to see. There's so little that we know right now.
Right, and that's kind of what we talked about at the start of the show. So we're hoping that for everyone listening, you know, today has been so difficult and so confusing and just so sad. You know, hopefully this will be at least a temporary distraction from all of that.